Benvenuti in questo video di invito al Training di Primo Livello in Emotionally Focused Family Therapy, la terapia familiare focalizzata sulle emozioni che si svolgerà a Firenze di persona. Fondamentale questo aspetto per noi, il 27 e 28 maggio 2023 presso la C Hotel di Firenze, e sarà condotto da Gail Palmer e Furrow, che abbiamo qui con noi. È un vero piacere avervi con noi per questo meraviglioso training che stiamo aspettando da tanto tempo. Vi voglio dire che il workshop è organizzato da EFFT Italia, la comunità italiana che ha l'obiettivo di divulgare questo meraviglioso modello di psicoterapia sviluppato da Sue Johnson e dai suoi colleghi. Io sono Andrea Pagani, terapeuta, supervisore e trainer EFT, e insieme alla mia collega Giulia Altera abbiamo invitato i nostri colleghi e maestri della Emotionally Focused Family Therapy, la terapia familiare focalizzata sulle emozioni, Gail Palmer e Furrow. E ho proprio l'onore di presentarvi a voi Gail Palmer. Welcome Gail. Welcome for this training in Italy. And Furrow, welcome also to you, Jim. It's a great pleasure.
Thank you.
It's the first time for you in Italy in person to teach emotionally focused family therapy, real?
Yes, it is.
We're excited.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. I think that have a training in person is really special in this moment of the history of the world for the colleagues. Really great opportunity, you know. And I have a couple of questions for you to introduce the training, okay, about EFFT. The first question is that there are a different tradition of clinical intervention with families, from the systemic approach to behavioral approach, the traditional humanistic approach, and many others. I'm curious to have your answer. What are the characteristics of EFFT?
That's a great question, Andrea. I think one of the things that emotionally focused therapy is grounded in is the idea that we can work with emotions effectively to create connections and create new resources for resilience in families. And while it borrows from a humanistic tradition with some experiential influences and systemic understanding as well, I think the unique insights of EFT guide therapists in being able to connect deeply with emotion and organize that in a way that creates new opportunities. So in the theories of family therapy, I think EFT brings together some rich traditions in new ways that create new opportunities.
Well said, Jim. Yeah, and I think the unique part of EFFT is that we're using the power of attachment, right? And when you think about families and family relationships, to really be working with that strong motivation that parents have to take care of their children, and that children have in terms of needing that care from their parents. So we're right there in that channel and helping unblock it, because families in distress, no matter how hard they try, are doing their best to take care, but end up, getting blocked. So we want to help parents move through the places that they're getting stuck with their children, so that they can attune and be there for their kids in the way that they're needed. So I think that's really the unique and most powerful part of our model.
Great.
And I think we see the negative patterns in families as informed by emotional realities that have attachment meaning. And so what we end up having is a map to guide us in the moment, in difficult moments with families, to help them find their connection again.
Great. Thank you. I feel inside of my body many emotions when I listen to you, because this I see in my mind how it's powerful, this model, how it can change the real situation in the family with emotion, with a change of point of view of the problems. Thank you very much. And this is a little piece about EFFT, and I want to point out that it's not necessary to be an expert in EFT to participate in this training. Rather, it is open to all colleagues who are interested in family therapy or even simply curious about how EFT works. I am curious about one thought that sometimes when I meet a new colleagues that are interested to EFT, arrive from me to ask what is the characteristic? What do you think are the human characteristic of a clinician who intends to use EFT? In your opinion, also in your experience, that is really large, most large possible for you, that you teach it from many times.
Yes, again, I think that's a great question. And, you know, when we do these trainings and we see therapists that are drawn to the model, I would say that they're therapists that are interested in the relational world. They're interested in relationships, and also are willing to work with emotion rather than go around it. That they can see the power of a new emotional experience to create change, and you know that they're willing to kind of bring their whole selves in. So it's not just something that we're thinking about, right, cognitively and keeping our distance, but we're actually willing to bring our whole selves in and lean in to the experience that's happening with our families right in that present moment, right in the moment, and being able to work with that. I think that's what comes to my mind.
Thank you.
And Andrea, as I listen to Gail, I keep thinking about this idea that there's a curiosity about the human heart and what that heart means for families, and how we get to the heart of the matter in EFT requires us to be able to see people well, to be curious about their experience, to honor their struggles, because often in their struggles are their best intentions to love and care for those that matter most in their lives. So I think we try to invite a space that informs and inspires, because I think Gail and I are, having done these trainings over the years, have just been in many ways transformed by the learning experiences we've had through the conversations, as we all care for families and feel the importance of the work that we do to help them in the heart of the matter.
Thank you very much. Well, ok, now I start again to speak in Italian. Allora, veramente grazie a Gail Palmer e grazie a Jim Furrow. Non vedo veramente l'ora di incontrarli ancora una volta di persona a Firenze. Vi aspettiamo tutti quanti per questo bellissimo training il giorno il 27 e 28 maggio di quest'anno. E per iscriversi vedrete alla fine di questo video la slide con tutte le informazioni, info@ftitaliacommunity.com per mandare la propria adesione. Basta scrivere una mail: voglio iscrivermi al corso in terapia familiare focalizzata sulle emozioni, oppure visitate il nostro sito ftitaliacommunity.com. Troverete comunque tutte le informazioni nella slide successiva. So, thank you very much, Gail and Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you
to you. And I have no words again to say how I'm happy to will meet you in Florence. Bye bye.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And we hope to see so many of you watching in Florence also.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.